use our limited energy for some positive thoughts. Less of the destructive thoughts, less of the negative thinking. One more breath. I'm going to place the right hand out to your heart, the left hand out to your head. Feel the vibration. Hear the sound of your own. That every breath you take brings you more light, brings you more energy into your body. I'm going to do 3 deep breathing out together. Inhale, deeper breath in. Fill in. Fill in. Pause on top of your lung. Exhale. Empty. Empty. Empty and pause when it's empty. Inhale, deeper breath in. Fill in. Fill in a little bit more. And pause on top. Exhale. Empty. 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 Pause when it's most empty. Last one, in a deeper breath in. Fill in. Fill in. Pause on top. Empty. 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 Pause and feel the emptiness. Relax your hands out to your knees or your laps. Take a deep breath here. Let the business of the day go. Let the business of your planning of the rest of the week go. And let it be. Place the right hand on top of your left ear and just pull the shoulder down, pull the head down toward the right shoulder. And relax the right shoulder down toward the floor as well. Feel that nice neckline stretch on the left side. If your left shoulder shrug up, maybe pull the left shoulder down tiny bit. One more deep breath. And slowly centering yourself. Take a deep breath in the center position. I'm going to place the left hand on top of the right ear. And just pull the head down toward the left shoulder. And noticing if your shoulders are tensed up, maybe relax them down toward the mat. Feel that nice neckline stretch on the right side. Breathe through that stretch. One more deep breath here. And slowly center yourself. Blink the eyes open, but bring the heels in a bit, maybe at least 2 inches in. I'm gonna lean forward. Relax your hands beside your feet. Just relax the top of the neck, the cervical spine there. When you have lots of computer jobs or just being on your phone a lot, it's lots of weight on your skull. They are leaning forward, putting that tension on the shoulders and the neck. Just try to relax your cervical spine, which is the C1 to C7 vertebrae. Take a deep breath here. Try to relax your forehead down toward your heels a little bit more. Nice. Slowly lift up the chest. We're going to make a cross with your arms. So make a letter X with your arms in front. Take a deep breath here. Feel the sensations around the shoulders, around the legs. Feel that inner space between your thighs, between your elbows. And slowly gonna release the bottom hand. So whichever is your bottom hand. For me, it's my left hand. Inhale, arm lift, and exhale, place that hand on top. Inhale, the bottom hand, release, and lift up toward the ceiling. Exhale, place that hand on top. Inhale, the other hand, lift toward the ceiling. Exhale, place on top. Inhale, the other arm up. Exhale on top. Take a few deep breaths here. Noticing what you are feeling. Notice what you're noticing. Bring that mind and body awareness back to yourself. Nice. Slowly centering yourself. Gonna swing the legs back and gonna come to your tabletop position. And just sway the hips left to right, softening the hips joints here. And let's center ourselves. Gonna curl the toes under. As you curl your toes under, gaze toward your heels or your toes. Inhale, lift up your hips. Exhale, lower down the heels, but hike up the hips. Perhaps finding that dualities, lots of dualities happening here as you press your palms down, but you're hiking up the hips. As you're pressing your heels down, you're stretching out the back of the legs. Lots of dualities are in our life as you need to work, you need to balance out your life. That's one duality happening. I'll inhale, right leg lifted high toward the ceiling. Exhale, big step. Bring the right foot forward between your hands. And slowly lower down the left knee and tuck the left toes. Inhale, arms lifted toward the ceiling. Exhale, bring the fingertips pointing back toward your heels. Try to gaze down so you're stretching out the top of your neckline here. As we mentioned, those C1 to C7 vertebrae need to be having some space in between the vertebrae. Gonna come to a flow. Inhale, arms lifted up toward the ceiling. Exhale, backstroke. You're circling out your arms. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, circle. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly relax the hands down onto the mat. Tuck the left toes under. Lift up the left knee. Inhale, right arm toward the ceiling. And exhale, lower down that right hand. As big step, bring the right foot back. Come to your high plank. And let's lower down the knees. Lower down your chest. Inhale, cobra. Cobra is just a chest lift. And exhale, come to your downward facing. Take a few deep breaths here in your downward facing stretch. Maybe lower down the heels a little bit. If heels are high, up in the air. Inhale, left leg lifted high toward the ceiling. Exhale, big step. Bring the left foot forward between your hands. Gonna lower down the back knee and tuck the back toes. Inhale, arms lifted toward the ceiling. Exhale, bring the hands back toward your heels. And you're either gazing down or just close your eyes or softening your gaze. Stretching out the cervical spine here. You're pulling your hands back as you extend the crown of your head forward. Come to our arms circling flow. Inhale, arms lifted. Exhale, backstroke. Bring your arms to a circle. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Bring that range of motion back to your arms. Nice. Slowly gaze down, fingertips down. Gonna tuck the right toes under and lift up the right knee. Inhale, our left arm lifted. Exhale, left hands down. Big step. Bring the left foot back into high plank. And slowly lower down the knees and lower down your chest. Inhale for cobra, stretching out the chest and collarbone. Exhale, downward facing. Adjust the distance of your feet and your hands in your downward facing for that reset. Try to guide the chest toward your thighs a little bit more. Maybe gaze up toward the belly button if you can. One more deep breath here in your downward facing. Inhale, right leg lifted high. Exhale, gonna step the right foot outside of the mat, beside your right fingertips. Very nice. And just extend the left toes back a little bit. Gonna rock on the ball mount of the left foot. So finding the wrist, supporting lots of the weight. Strengthening out the wrist and the arms. And maybe noticing that little weight transferring of back and forth. One more deep breath here. And let's center ourselves. I'm gonna place the right hand on top of the right knee. I'm gonna push that right knee down and out. So your right foot is almost on the edge. So your inside of the right foot is lifted up toward the ceiling. Very nice. And gaze up toward the ceiling. Nice chest lifting and opening here. One more deep breath. And slowly gonna gaze down. Bring the right hand down and slowly step the right foot back, high plank. And let's lower down the knees, lower down the chest. Inhale, lift up the chest for cobra. And exhale, downward facing. Deeper breathing here as you reset in your downward facing. Oh, you inhale, left leg lifted high. Exhale, big step. Bring the left foot outside of the mat, beside your left fingertips. And just rock on the bottom of your right foot. So you're having that little weight transferring from the front to the back. Very subtle weight transferring. And noticing how your wrists are feeling. And let's center ourselves. We'll place the left hand on top of the left knee and gaze up toward the ceiling. Feel that elongating through the spine as you gaze up. One more deep breath here. And slowly gonna gaze down. Bring the left hand down. Big step. Bring the left foot back. High plank. Lower down the knees. Lower down the chest. Inhale, upward facing. And tuck the toes. Exhale, downward facing. Maybe lower down the heels a little bit more. Hike up the hips a little bit more. One more deep breath here. And from here, I'm gonna bend the knees, gaze toward your thumbs. You can either hop forward, but bring the right foot out to the right side and left foot to the left side. Or you can step it forward. Either hop forward or step slowly forward. So different options here. I'm gonna bring the hands heart center, come to our Malasana. Going to do few flows of bring yourself back and forth. So bring down the hands, either step your feet back to high plank or hop your feet back. You can either step your right foot forward and left foot forward, come to Malasana. Take 2 deep breaths here in your Malasana. And I'm gonna slowly gaze down, hands down, either hop your feet back into high plank and then hop forward and come to your Malasana for 2 deep breaths. So a little bit of full body stretch as you hop back and forth. So relax your hands down. You can hop your feet back into high plank and hop forward or step 1 foot at a time and come to your Malasana. So you can take your time as you're ready. Whenever you're ready to hop back, just lower down the hands and hop your feet gently back. And hop forward when you're ready and come to your Malasana. So the goal here is try to bring mobility back to your legs and your hip flexors. So whenever you're ready, lower down the hands. You can step 1 foot at a time. If jumping back or hopping back is too much for you, you can step 1 foot at a time. Bring your feet forward. And try to relax your tailbone when you're in Malasana. I'm gonna do 2 more here. Hop or step at your own pace. Just noticing how are your legs feeling, how are your hip flexors feeling here. So this is our last one. Stay here in your Malasana. Take few deep breaths here. Gonna have the weight transferring here in your Malasana. So lift up one heel at a time. Take it slow. You can have your eyes closed or open while you have this gentle weight transfer from side to side. One heel lift at a time. Very nice. One more on each side. And slowly centering yourself, both hands down. Inhale, gonna lift up the hips. As you lift up your hips, you're gonna parallel the feet. So you're pointing the toes forward. Inhale, arms lifted toward the ceiling. Gaze up. And exhale, circle down. Bring the hands back down onto the floor, bending the knees. Inhale, lifting up the hips. And exhale, circle. Inhale, circle the arms down. Exhale, hands back onto the mat. Gonna point the toes out again. Heels are pointing in, come back to your Malasana. Take 2 deep breaths here. Softening your hips joints. And over here, gonna relax the hands onto the mat. Gonna lift up the left arm toward the ceiling. And slowly left hand down. Inhale, right arm lifted toward the ceiling. And exhale, right hand down. Inhale, left arm lift. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, the other arm. And exhale down. One more on each side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, gonna lift up the hips. So as you lift up your hips, toes pointing forward. Parallel your feet. And slowly lift up the arms, circling up. And bring the hands heart center. Gonna come to our mountain pose. So you can either have your toes pointing out or bring your feet in a little bit to parallel to each other. Pressing the heels into the mat and equalizing the weight, heels and toes. Imagining you almost like standing as solid as you can. Maybe that's why it's called mountain pose. So if someone comes to push you, you're not going to be easily pushed over. So although for the outsiders, it looks like you're not doing anything, but there's lots of things happening here. One more deep breath here. You're standing secure and strong. Nice. Slowly bring your feet in together. Inhale, circle the arms up. And exhale, waterfall the hands down. Inhale, trace the hands onto your shin bone, up to your knees. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Gonna circle the arms up. Exhale, waterfall down with your hands. Inhale, slide the fingertips along the shin bone to the knees. And exhale, forward fold. I'm gonna do one more. Inhale, circle up. Exhale, waterfall yourself down. Inhale, slide the hands up to your knee. And exhale, forward fold. Fingertips relaxed onto the mat. I'm gonna just walk the feet to your downward facing. Gonna come to pedaling of the heels. Gonna bend the right knee so you're having your right toes on the floor, right heel is up. 2 deep breaths here as you bend one knee and straighten out the other leg. Gonna switch. Left heel is up, right heel is pressed down. One more deep breath here. Equalizing the weight on all fingertips. So you're using lots of arm strength here. Gonna switch. Right heel is up. You're rising on the right toes. One more deep breath here. Gonna switch. Left heel is up. Right heel is down. Nice. Now I'm gonna switch a little bit faster. It's almost like you're pedaling the heels up and down. Try to have your gaze back so you're not lifting up your neck. You're relaxing the neck muscles. One more on each side. And slowly raise up both heels and lower down both heels. Inhale, lift up both heels. You're round on your toes. And exhale, lower down both heels. 3 more. Inhale, raise up your heels. And exhale down. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale to lift. And exhale down. In your downward facing here, stretching out the back of the legs. Inhale, gonna raise up the right leg toward the ceiling. Exhale, big step. Bring the right foot forward between your hands. Keep the left heel lifted. Inhale, gonna lift up the arms toward the ceiling. Exhale, come to your cactus elbows. So in your cactus elbows, try to relax your shoulders. So you're not tensing up the shoulders, but lower down as much as you can. Elbows are relaxed in 90 degrees. And slowly gonna point the elbows in together. Take 2 deep breaths here. Gonna come to a flow. Inhale, open up your elbows and the chest. Exhale, bring your elbows in. Inhale, open them up. Exhale, close them up. 2 more. It's almost like you're making a wave with your arms. So it's not a static. Last one. Smooth movement here. And slowly relax your fingertips down. Big step, bring the right foot back, high plank. It's gonna come to chaturanga down. Remember the elbows bend into the rib cage to chaturanga down. Inhale, upward facing, and tuck your toes. Exhale, downward facing. Awesome. Stretching at the back of the legs, stretching at the spine. And do it on the left side. Inhale, left leg lifted high. Exhale, big step. Bring the left foot forward between your hands. Keep the right heel high. Inhale, arms lifted toward the ceiling. Exhale, come to your cactus elbows. And pay attention to your shoulders. Try to relax the shoulders down a bit. Elbows 90 degrees. This is almost like the arms are parallel to the floor. Gonna slowly bring both elbows toward the left knee. Take 2 deep breaths here. Feel the legs are stronger. Secure yourself a little bit more. Gonna come to the flow. Inhale, open up. Exhale, bring the elbows in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, make that wave with your fingertips. And exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Relax the fingertips down. Big step. Bring the left foot back into your high plank. Bend the elbows. Squeeze the elbows into your rib cage. Try to run that down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Take 2 deep breaths here. And slowly gonna bend the knees, gaze toward your thumbs. Gonna just tippy toes forward. Inhale, hands onto your knees, half lift. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, root to rise. Circle the arms up. Exhale, gonna circle the arms down for our sun salutation, Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, up, half lift. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. We're gonna do 2 more sun salutation. Inhale, circle up. Exhale, slowly circle down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Last one. Inhale, root rise. Exhale, slowly circle down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, Uttanasana. Forward fold. Gonna come to our chair flow, Utkatasana. So bring your heels in together and lift up the arms toward the ceiling. If you peek down, you should see your big toes at least. If you don't see your big toes, you need to bring the knees back a little bit. So you're having more weight transferred to the back of your body. One more deep breath here in your chair. This is our high chair. And slowly bring your hands heart centered and come to a low chair. So now you should see all your toes. If not, then you need to bring the knees back a little bit more. One more deep breath here in your chair pose. And slowly straighten out your legs, forward fold, relax everything. We'll do 2 more of the chair flow. Inhale, arms lifted, bend the knees. If you peek down, you should see at least your big toes. And bring the hands heart center, come to your low chair. And from here, gonna lift up the right heel. So you're leaning your weight to the left side as you lift up the right foot. Maybe point the right toes back. So you're stretching out the top of the right foot. Focus on your breathing. Focus on the breath flow, not to focus on how you're trying to balance on one leg. One more deep breath here. I'm gonna switch, lower down that right foot, bring the weight to the right side. I'm gonna point the left toes back. Two more deep breaths here. Perhaps noticing if this side is stronger than the other side. And slowly lower down that left foot. I'm gonna forward fold, straighten out your legs. Let all the tensions go here. Last chair flow. Gonna bend the knees and sweep up the arms toward the ceiling and still try to at least see your big toes. I'm gonna bring the hands heart center as you lower down the hips to low chair. One more deep breath here. And slowly going to twist our chest toward the left side. I'm gonna center ourselves. I'm gonna twist the chest to the other side and center ourselves. One more on each side of the twist. Twisting and center. Twisting and center. Straighten out the legs. I'm gonna have the feet separated apart about hips distance. And just grab onto the opposite side, the elbows, side to side. Or you can just dangle your fingertips. Feel there's no tension at the arms and the neck. Everything is softer as you release the tensions. One more deep breath here. And slowly gonna center ourselves, relax the fingertips onto the mat. Gonna step the right foot back. Right heel is down, right toes pointing 45 degrees. Gonna come to our warrior flow. Inhale, arms lifted toward the ceiling. Exhale, bang into that left knee. So you are sinking the hips down as you come to your warrior one, Virabhadrasana 8. Try to square your hips. If your right hip is pointing all the way back to your right heel, then you need to square off your hips and square off your shoulders. One more deep breath here. And slowly fingertips down as you lean forward. Gonna lift up the back foot. Come to your warrior 3, Virabhadrasana C. One more deep breath here. And slowly drop the right heel down, back, behind. Inhale, arms lifted toward the ceiling. Exhale, sink the hips down, bend your left knee, back to your warrior one. Try to square off your hips. Very nice. Relax the shoulders. That's right, shoulders relax down. Nice. Gonna lift up again. So going to point the fingertips back and lift up the right foot, warrior 3. And over here, the parallel of your hips are very important. So try to level out your hip bones. So the right side of the hip tend to be so much higher, then you need to intentionally level out the hip bones. One more deep breath here. And slowly lower down that right heel. I'm gonna open up for warrior 2. So in your warrior 2, try to wiggle the right foot back a little bit more. So have more space between your feet. Very nice. Bend the left knee. So your left knee is at least 90 degrees bent. Very nice. One more deep breath. Palms can be facing up or face down. Depends on everyone's anatomy of the shoulders. Some people feel good when it's palm facing up and just have a different feeling with your shoulders. And slowly come to rest the right hand down onto the back leg, reverse to peace warrior. So the front arm is lifted, yeah. Keep on bending that left knee. Because your legs feel tired a bit, that's why you want to just straighten it out. That's totally normal. So take 2 more deep breaths here. Bring the power of our legs up a notch. 1 more deep breath here. And slowly come back to warrior 2. Very nice. And slowly windmill the hands down. Big step, bring the left foot back. High plank. Gonna chaturanga down. Bend the elbows into your rib cage. Lower down the hips, lower down the knees. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Take a deep breath here. Gonna bend the knees, tippy toes forward. Inhale, hands halfway up onto your knees. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Let's circle up. Feel that full body stretch. Exhale, slowly swan back down. Circle your fingertips down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Relax the fingertips onto the mat. Gonna step the left foot back. Left heel is down. Left toes pointing 45 degrees. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, sink into the right knee. So right knee is bent, hips are down a bit. Into your warrior 1. Very nice. I try to lower down the shoulders. Relax the shoulders down. Very nice. And try to straighten out the arms if you can. Have a little bit power in your warrior 1. Square off your shoulders and hips. I'm gonna point your fingertips back and prepare to lift up the back foot. Warrior 3. So you're paralleling your left leg and your chest and the arms to the floor. 1 more deep breath here. Gonna lower down the left foot, bend the front knee, and inhale, arms lifted toward the ceiling. Exhale, sink into your hips, right knee is bent. Warrior 1. You can either gaze up or gaze forward. Depends on your neck muscles, how they feel. Prepare to lift. Point your fingertips back, lean forward, and lift up the back foot. Warrior 3. Very nice. 1 more deep breath here. And slowly lower down the back foot. And open up for warrior 2. Wiggle the back foot and have more space between both feet. Slowly lower down the back hand out the back leg. And lift up the front arm in your warrior, back reverse warrior, peace warrior. And try to bend the right knee forward. That's right. 2 more deep breaths here. And slowly come back to warrior 2. Gonna windmill the hands down. Big step, bring the right foot back, high plank. Gonna bend the elbows in first and chaturanga down. Inhale, upward facing, and tuck your toes, lift up the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stretching out the back of the legs a little bit more. One more deep breath here. And slowly gonna drop the knees down. So you're bending the knees, lower down the knees, and tuck the toes. Come to your child pose. Resting the elbows. A few more deep breaths here. To your elbows. So this is a full hero. If this is too much for your quadricep, you can do half hero. Half hero is one leg is straight and slowly come to your elbows. If this is the max you can do, can stay here, or you can come to lie down. But the full hero is both legs are bent. So both heels outside of the hips. Come to your elbows first and then come to lie down on your back. So this really helps to stretch out the quadricep as well as your calves. So pick your posture, either half hero. If you do half hero, you try to balance it out 1 minute maybe on each side, or just few seconds if you need to. Just a few more deep breaths here, either in half hero or full hero pose. And slowly use your elbows to push yourself up and going to lean forward and release yourself from the pose. Come to your tabletop. And from your tabletop, gonna just lean forward and slowly lean back. Inhale, lean forward, let the chin pass your fingertips. Exhale, slowly lean back. Inhale, lean forward. Feel the strength on your wrist. And exhale, as you lean back, feel the softness of your hips. Then do one more. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, lean back. And from here, I'm going to thread the right hand underneath of our left armpit and resting the right side of the shoulders. Stay here for a few deep breaths. Slowly bring the right hand back. I'm gonna switch, bring the left hand under. Try to lower down your hips. If your hips are a bit high, maybe sink it down a bit. One more deep breath here. And slowly bring the left hand back. Gonna come back to a tabletop position. Gonna cross the shin bone and lean the hips back. And gonna come to have the legs straighten out in front of you. Very nice. Gonna come to lie down on your mat. So with yourself lying down, gonna hug the knees into our chest. You can rock yourself side to side, maybe. Just have that little nice lower back massage. Let's center our knees. Place your palms down onto the mat, arms in letter T. Inhale, stretch your legs to straighten up. And exhale, bend the knees out, come to a butterfly legs. Inhale, straighten them. And exhale, point the knees out. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Gonna place the hands on top of the knees. Gonna just close up the knees and open. Close up and open. Last one. Close up and open. Look, lower down the heels above mat distance, and arms open like a T. Gonna only lower down the left knee in. So you're trying to have the left knee press into the mat to release some tensions on that left hip. Two more deep breaths here. Gonna switch. Lift up the left knee and lower down the right knee only. So your right knee is lowered in toward that left heel. Maybe your right knee is not all the way down. That's totally normal. Mine is not all the way down either. It just means lots of tensions around your hips. So we improve one day at a time. 2 more deep breaths here. My right side is tighter than the left side. So everyone's body is different. And you observe how your body is. And slowly lift up that right knee. Not going to lower down both knees. Doesn't matter which side you lower them down to. Take 2 deep breaths here. And it's okay if one knee still not down all the way. Just simply observe your body as how it is. Let's switch. Bring the knees up toward the ceiling and lower down both knees to the other side. And breathe through this. Tensions being released. And slowly centering yourself. With a windshield wiper a little bit faster so your knees don't have to be pushed down. It's more of windshield wipering out side to side, softening the lower legs and the hips joints. So 1 more deep breath here. And slowly center yourself. Gonna hug the knees into our chest. I'm gonna roll over to either side of your body. Doesn't matter left or right. Left side means the heart is down toward the floor. Right side means the liver is down toward the floor. Just different part of your body being compressed and having a little nice massage. Noticing how soft your body is. Just 1 more minute here. And slowly gonna use one hand to push yourself up and come back to that diamond shaped legs. So with diamond shaped legs, relax your hands onto your laps. Gonna bring the right hand onto your heart and left hand onto your belly. Take a few deep breaths here, finding the calmness in your body. Brain nerves being calm. Regulate the vibrations as you breathe a little bit fuller and deeper.